Hello everyone, I am 37 years old, and today I saw a film called I Am 11. It's a new documentary, at least it's new to me, though I think it was shot a few years ago, and finally it's come to the theaters, and I found it in the one theater in my location. And I heard about this film a few weeks ago thanks to another theater that played it for a screening, but I didn't get a chance to make it to that screening. Luckily, this other theater was actually playing it for a week. Again, it is a documentary about 11-year-olds, and it follows a female filmmaker, a young female filmmaker, who travels the entire world and interviews probably more than 20 11-year-olds and asks them questions about life, about love, about school, about what they're into, about if they have some sort of faith or religion, or the jobs that they might have, or the things that they might do, or whatever interests them. And it's just a random look at their lives. And we get to know way too many kids in this movie. I wish this film actually centered it down or crunched it down to about 5 or 7 kids. You know, when I was watching this movie, I was reminded of a really great documentary series called the Up series, where every 7 years we get to meet these English kids from 7, 14 and on up, now 56, and they'll be 60-something in the next few years, and we'll get another documentary about them. But that was centered on 7 to 8 kids, I believe, maybe a little bit more, and we got to know them throughout their life. In this film, we're just getting to know these kids randomly. Every once in a while we'll get the name of the kid, they'll get some information about the kid from him or her, and then we'll go on and we'll see some other kids and then go from there. And what I really wanted more from this documentary is I wanted to get to know some of these kids. Some of these kids, at least 5 to 7 of them, were actually really interesting. And I really wish the filmmakers really focused their energy on just focusing on a few kids, because there were some really interesting kids. One kid was from Thailand, and he had a normal life, but at the same time is he would love to focus all his energy with elephants. And to me, I think those pets, their pets are elephants, and so that was really interesting. And then there's this other kid, I believe, who is a British, that he just has weird things that going on in his head, and I just love what he talks about, and he was so interesting, and his look at life. And then there was another kid that was from America that just had these really fun ideas about her getting married and falling in love. And then there was this other kid from Australia. She had her hopes and her dreams. And then there was other kids from that were Muslim that had a different point of view of life. But one thing I found that was really interesting about this film, that all these kids come from different walks of life, but they all seem to have the same dreams and the same goals. And that was what was the most interesting aspect of this movie. This movie is about 94 minutes or so, and I think the message was cleared up in about 30 minutes. So I think this would have worked better as a 30-minute short film. And I think if the filmmakers wanted to expand it to this long, they should have just focused on the 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8 kids, and just follow them around as they experience their 11th year of life. And that would have been more fascinating and more emotional with me. But I did like some of the kids and like some of the interviews and like some of the settings. And I liked the overall feel of this film, even though it did drag a bit. So I did like it, but I wanted to actually love it and actually think about my own childhood for once in my life. I haven't thought about what I did when I was 11, and really the only thing that comes to mind for me when I was 11 is I remember my brother, my youngest brother, Daniel, being born. And I remember enjoying just being around his whole life and enjoying the experiences as he was growing up. And we're best friends today. And so that's what I remember about being 11. I mean, I remember some of the movies I saw, some of the experience I had playing baseball and stuff like that. But what really just sticks with me is being a brother for the final time. It was my final baby brother going to be born. I do have a brother and another sister that I love, but my baby brother was born, and he's the only one I remember from birth in my family. So that's the experience I have as an 11-year-old, and that's how I felt like I could connect with this movie. But, you know, I wanted to care more about these kids, but you really don't get to know them all that well. They come in, they answer a few questions that the filmmakers give them, and then we get to know somebody else really quick, and then it's kind of rushed over here and rushed over there. It seems like this film didn't have a lot of direction going for it. It had a really great idea, and I like the fact that this filmmaker traveled the world and interviews these kids, but I don't think anything really happened that made me think about life any more than I already do. So I would love to maybe see this film be done again. Maybe the same filmmakers can go and make another movie like this, and maybe focus on a few subjects and give us an idea through their lives. You know, go all over the world, maybe 5 or 6 kids all over the world, and let them share their feelings about life at that time. And maybe they can make a series out of this as well, where you get to see them at 22, 33, 44, I don't know. But I felt like this movie was good, but it could have been amazing. It could have been something so profound and insightful about life all over the world. But in the end, it was good. It was good. I liked it, but I just did not love it, even though I thought some of the kids were great. Some of the kids are just awesome. And I bet this film was shot a few years ago, so they're probably much older and they're probably starting out their lives, and some of them could be married at this time. Anyways, it was a good movie, but nothing great. If you can find it on some sort of streaming site, check it out if you like. It's a good, decent documentary, and I'm going to give I Am 11 3 stars out of 4. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, and please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePod.com, and if you've enjoyed this movie review, please click right here, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of this movie, if you've seen I Am 11, or what you remember about being 11-year-old. I'd really appreciate it. Comment box below. Let me know what you thought about your life, about this film. And I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life. And I'll talk to you in my next movie review. Bye, everyone. Peace be with you, my friends.